Hello, welcome to the Chit Chat Knits podcast. My name is Darcy, and today we're going to talk mostly about knitting, a little about quilting too. So I'm so glad you stopped by today. If you'd like to look me up on other places, I'm Chit Chat Knits on Instagram. And my designs are at Chitchatknits Designs on Ravelry. And I also do have a website that is chitchatknits.com. Anyway, I'm so glad you stopped by. If you like this video today, I hope you will like and subscribe. And I'd love to have you leave a comment. I always love to hear from you. So anyway, now we've got all the business taken care of. Let's get into what's been going on. It is August 21st, and that means it's getting really close to back to school time. And I told you before that I'm a retired elementary teacher. And so this time of year, I get all the feelings, all the back to school feelings. There's usually like a dream. I usually have some back to school dreams, like I'm trying to get the kids' attention and I can't get their attention, that kind of thing. But yesterday I went to one of those little festivals and I saw some former students and some teachers I taught with, and that gave me all the feelings too, like, oh, I miss all the kids so much. But it was good to see some former students and hear their successes. And, I have to say I do like retirement too. I like all the fun things I get to do. So anyway, there's always something good to look forward to. Anyway, let's look at today what I'm wearing. This is my Spesh cowl. And this is a new pattern that's coming out this Friday, August 25th. And so if you're on Instagram, be sure to watch for it. And also on Ravelry too. It's the SPESH. And I named it that because this is a very simple to make cowl. It's made of fingering weight yarn. It's light and drapey, and the pattern is easily memorizable. So you get started and you just work your way through very simply. It's a great pattern for knitting and chatting with friends. And I wanted to make a pattern that uses that special skein. So that's why I named it the Spesh. It's Spesh is sort of a slang word for special. So, if you pick up that special skein of yarn, like at your yarn shop, or maybe you're on vacation and you get a souvenir skein of special yarn, this is the perfect pattern for it. This is one I picked up at my local yarn shop, Darn Knit Anyway, the other day. It's Baah yarn, La Jolla, and the color is Sweet Emoji. Isn't that fun? It would be great in this pattern. So in this one, I've shown you before. I showed you the yarn and I gave you a little sneak peeks of it. This is by Get Knit Faced in Colorado. You've seen it before. And I also finished this one. I just have to put it on because this one is cashmere. I'll hold it up first. Get it right. Isn't that pretty? I love the way the yarn's pooled. It's just so fun. And you can't even believe the feel of this cowl. Oh my goodness. It's so soft and yummy. The pattern, it has the decreases or increases are right down the front here. So it comes to a soft V at the bottom. It starts with just rows of stockinette that make it roll. I love that rolled edge. It kind of looks like an I-cord, but so much easier. And then I have a bottom way of doing the bottom that again gives a roll so it looks like I-cord, but so much faster and easier. So really a comfortable knit. Fun to knit, fun to wear. Last week I had the pleasure of meeting one of my testers at our local yarn shop, Darn Knit Anyway, and she was telling me how much she loved knitting the pattern. She said she was doing a lot of, she's a teacher, so she's heading back to work. Hi, Megan. This week, I think tomorrow. And so she was getting in all her knitting time with friends that she likes to knit with. So she was saying how much she enjoyed visiting and knitting this pattern while she was visiting, because it was so easily memorizable that she could just knit away. And she had a beautiful, beautiful skein of yarn that was by Bee Woolen. So check the pattern when it comes out, because her project will be on there. So anyway, oh gosh, that feels good. Cashmere yarn really does feel good. This, I should tell you, I showed you this before. This is by Silly Goose Yarns, Courtney of Silly Goose Yarns, and the colorway is called I Flocking Love It. So, and you know what? I do love it. It's so soft. And for me, this is perfect fall colors. With my fair complexion, the pinks and purple and a little bit of cream are just perfect. So I know that I'm going to wear this a lot, because let me tell you something. Right now, it feels really good around my neck. I love it. I love this one too. These the blue and purple are just gorgeous. Can you see that pattern? It's just slip stitches, knits, purls, and slips. Really, really easy. Very easy to do. A great one for while you're watching TV. Maybe you're a football watcher. Football's coming. I love to knit and watch football. Visiting with friends. Ooh, and it smells good. All right. I laughed the other day. I had a skein of yarn sitting, and my husband picked it up and he said, "Oh, what is this yarn?" And I told him, and he smelled it. And I was like, "You do it too." I thought that was really funny. I don't know why. Why do we smell yarn? I don't know. That's funny. Anyway, Spesh Cowl. It's coming this week. Watch for it, because you know I always do a big discount when I release a pattern. So keep your eyes out. All right, what else? Oh, finishes. Let's go to quilting. So I actually have finished a quilt. Look at that. Last time I told you, and I'll put in pictures so you can see a little bigger of it. Last time I told you I was going to retreat with some quilting friends, and I finished that one, and I also finished the top of this one. Remember I showed you those pieces, my English paper piecing, and I told you about feed sacks? Well, this is my feed sack quilt top. Now, I only have the top made, and again, I'm going to put some pictures right here because I took some outdoor pictures of these quilts. But this quilt, this one, I will be hand quilting. The other one I machine quilted, so it went really fast. And they're both just, I guess you would say lap quilt size, so about around 40 inches by 50 inches, around that size. So this one I'm going to hang up, because this is really a special, if these old fabrics, it's really special to me, and it will take me a while to hand quilt it. This one actually matches a queen size quilt that I have at the machine quilters now, but it's going to go just on the foot of the bed. In the winter, I like to have a quilt on the foot of the bed just to keep my feet warm. So I'm pretty excited about that because the feed sack quilt, the hexagons, English paper piecing, I've been making these blocks for several years, just on and off, working on one. So I'm really happy to have the top put together. And this one has been sitting, the other one has been sitting on, blocks have been on my like design board for several months. And it's, I mean, it's very simple, just squares sewn together. So I'm excited to have them done. It's going to be great. So anyway, 2 quilts. Excited about that. What's on the needles? Oh my gosh, I got to adjust my pillow back here. So there's designs in the works. Last time I said I needed to cast on, and I've done that. And so I have several things going. The first thing I'm working on, and I'm only going to show you a little bit of this because this is a design that is being worked on, but here's part of it. This is a shawl, and it starts with this eyelet fabric. Okay, there is something about eyelets that I just love. They're so simple. Yarn over, knit 2 together. So very simple. And yet, oh, I just love, I don't know why, but I just love the way they look. They're so simple, and yet they make it lacy. Anyone else have thoughts about that? Why do I like this so much? I don't know. But anyway, this will be a shawl, and you can see part of it there. And it's actually going to be a trapezoid shaped. And this is just the sample that I've been knitting, and I have a really special yarn coming for this. So more to come on that. We are leaving in less than a week for a big trip to Colorado. So this is my project that I want to be working on. We're driving, and my husband does a lot of the driving, I have to admit. So I'm planning a lot of car knitting time on that shawl. So hopefully the yarn will come, and I will be knitting happily away as we drive many, many miles to Colorado. We like to listen to books while we drive. So we find the time goes by really fast when we listen to books. So it's almost kind of exciting to think about that long car ride because my husband and I really enjoyed listening to a book together, and then we talk about it, and it's kind of fun. So anyway, hopefully lots of work on that coming. And then another, I'm sorry I don't have a whole lot to show. I feel like I've been knitting a lot, but I don't have a lot to show for what I've been knitting because this is the second go round of a hat that I'm working on. Now, this hat, let me show you, has a long brim. I sort of like to knit a 5-inch brim that can be rolled up. Now, of course, you don't have to knit it the 5-inch. You could just do 2.5 and not roll it up. But I like to roll up the brim of my hats because I do a lot of walking outside and it's cold. The wind can blow. So I don't know about you, but I do like a 5-inch brim hat that can roll up. And it makes a double to go over the ears. It's like having an extra headband. And then this design, I'm going to bring it in here. Can you see? There are arrows. If I stretch it out, maybe you can see. So it's kind of ribbed, then it also has an arrow design. And I've worked out the decreases on the first version that I'll be ripping out. So I'm not even going to show you that. So now I'm just knitting it up to get to the final pattern. Well, the pattern that's ready to go to testers. And I love this yarn. Look at that pretty blue. It's showing up pretty close. This is Malabrigo Rios. Are there any other fans of Malabrigo Rios out there? I love it for hats because it's soft. It does grow. I will tell you that. If your hat is coming out like really fitting and you don't want it to get any bigger, don't wash it. But I love the softness of it. I love the feel of it. I love the weight of it. And it's a good price point. You can make a hat for less than $20. This color is called Denim. Isn't that pretty? I like blue, so. And then I have one here. Here's a purpley pink one that's pretty. Look at that. Ooh, look at that match. Ooh, that's pretty. And this one is called Hollyhock. Number 148 Hollyhock. So that's going to become a hat too. But I thought I would show you. Okay, so this is what I'm working from. This is my pattern right now. Can you see the mess that is? It's just, I made a chart and now I'm writing all over it. And I have started typing it up. But sometimes a pattern looks like such a mess as I'm working through it. But I looked at this and I thought, oh my gosh, only you could know what this means because this is a mess. But it'll get there. Usually there's like other notes written on it too, like, you know, don't forget to get bananas and bread at the store or whatever. Oh my goodness, it's kind of a mess. But I'll get it. I'll get it. I'm working on it. I'll get it. All right. I also wanted to show you something fun that I've been using as I knit this hat. I also used it when I knit this and I loved it. It was so much fun. This falls into the category of go-go gadgets. So here it is. I actually saw this from the Ruth Loves to Knit podcast and I loved it. You know what these are? Poppers, right? And I can't pop it because you can see I've got someone, oh, no, I can't because that's my full repeat. So I can pop them back. So as I knit a row, pop it. Now, if you have small children in your house, this could be a problem. But I don't. I just have a husband who is curious. So I have to keep it away from him. But I think it's really fun. I don't know why this is bringing me joy, but it is. So Ruth said that she numbered them to tell what row she was on. And you know what? I'm kind of finding it's fun. I'm not a math person. But here's what I've been doing. Like, okay, so my repeat right now is a 16 row repeat. So I have 10 here and 10 here and 3 and 3. I don't know why that brings me joy, but it does. So if you just want some fun in your yarn bag, get yourself a $2 popper from your local big box store and you'll have a good time. And then if there's a small child around and you know where you are in your pattern and you need to entertain them, you've got a toy handy. That could be trouble, but who knows? So, go gadget. Poppers, they're fun. Oh my goodness. So what else? What else? Okay, so here's what I want to do next in my knitting. So maybe you've seen that Joji Locatelli has a fall knit along. It's JOJIFALLKAL 2023. Joji Fall Cal 2023. And I actually saw that she had this on Instagram and I thought this is a great way to motivate me to do a sweater, because I really want to do another 3/4 length sleeve fall sweater, DK weight, and I have some yarn in the stash that I would like to use. So I'm going to do the Arco Iris sweater, and I'll put a picture in, Arco Iris, and it's a V-neck 3/4 sleeve. It'll be perfect for fall before snow flies and it gets really cold. So what you do is I went to Locatelli, Locat on Instagram, and she has a link in her bio that you click on and you actually sign up for what you want to make for this knit along. I like that because now I've committed, right? Now I know I'm going to do it. And then this morning I pulled out some yarn, and this is one that I have, just a pretty light red. I think it'll be really nice for a fall sweater. I also have a pink, but I'm not sure I have enough of the pink to do that sweater. So it probably will end up being this. This is Toad Hollow fibers, and they don't dye yarn anymore. It's really soft and nice. And I had swatched this up previously, so that was exciting. And I wanted to show you this swatch today because I learned this little tip when I was at a knitting class. And I'm so glad that I did this, because when I pulled out this swatch this morning, I didn't know what size needle it was on. But if you can see here, do you see that there are eyelet holes in this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes. And that tells me that I used a size 5 needle for this swatch. It wasn't my idea. I learned it from somebody else, but isn't that brilliant? And I was so glad to know that this swatch was done on a 5 size needle, so that I probably will still need to, because the sweater is done on a 6, so I will probably still need to swatch. Maybe not. But at least I know where I'm starting from here with this yarn. So there's a little tip for you. Easy to do. Just make 5 little eyelet holes, or however many your needle size is, and then you'll always remember that that part was, you remember what you did if you put it away like I did and don't knit with that. So that was a happy thing this morning. So anyway, I think that will be a fun sweater. I'm going to try to get cast on here in the next couple days before we head out on our trip, because that also might be a fun thing to knit, or something to look forward to when we come back in a week. Because I think that knit along goes for a while into the fall, so I don't think there's a big rush. I think that'll be a pretty quick sweater to knit, and I don't think there's a big rush to get it done. So that'll be a fun one. Well, that's all I have for the fibery goodness today, but I just wanted to read a poem because it is the end of August, and this is from my Random House book of children's poetry. And next time I do have probably my favorite children's book to share with you. This, I'll tell you about it next time, but it's the first book that I always read every year as a teacher, and it's really special to me, so stay tuned for that one. But today's poem is just a poem. It's a quick poem, and it's called August. The sprinkler twirls, the summer wanes, the pavement wears popsicle stains. The playground grass is worn to dust, the weary swings creak, creak with rust. The trees are bored with being green. Some people leave the local scene and go to seaside bungalows and take off nearly all their clothes. And this is by John Updike. If you are in those last bits of summer, maybe you're taking a little trip or just enjoying life at home, I wish you good times in these last days of summer. And I hope you are looking for some fun fall projects. Remember to watch for the Spesh cowl. It's coming out this Friday, and it will be definitely discounted. So look, pull out that skein you've been saving, maybe a souvenir skein you got this summer, and watch for the pattern. All right. I hope you have a great day and you enjoy all your crafting goodness. Bye for now.